great piece.
Looks pretty accurate to me, Guy.
I want to show you just how beautiful that figure is.
Hello, Unsealed and Revealed audience.
Oh, man!
Set sail for the promised land. Unsealed and revealed, never knowing just what we'll find. Unsealed and revealed.
This is a look I could get used to.
It's time for Tread Watch.
For Tread.
Bammo!
That is some fun tread, man.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Unsealed and Revealed. It's the ongoing web series from Sideshow in which we unbox and show off some of the hottest, coolest, and all things in between new things in the 6th scale universe. I'm Terry Smith, the host of the show, and with me, as always, out there in sunny California, one still assumes it's still sunny, is Guy Klender and Jesse Cohen. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing very well. Jesse, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm excited about this episode. So
Me
I'm
too.
stoked. How are you doing, Guy? How are you doing?
We are only briefly into Spooktacular, so my sleep is still at an okay level, but as we know, Spooktacular, you don't get a lot of it. But yeah, I'm really excited for the figure. As a Detroiter, the Crow is pretty much a staple of our reading and viewing. So I'm excited to get to show this off to people.
Yeah, cool guy. Yeah. And I just have to say that over the past 2 nights, each night I've gotten about 4 hours of sleep, which actually doubles the amount of sleep I think the average Sideshow employee is getting right now in the midst of Spooktacular.
I will agree with that. Last night was what I got some the night before last. Yep, that's a hard no. That was a hard no of sleep. So. But how are you doing, Terry? You doing good, though?
I'm doing so good. I'm stuck here. It's actually, we have a downpour going on here in St. Louis, so it's very much shedding the tone for the show today. Obviously today, as those of you who may have may not have caught the thumbnail on the YouTube channel, we are showcasing Sideshow's figure from the Crow, which is this year, I was telling you guys before the show, for the first time in years, I am dressing up for Halloween. I have a full-on Michael Myers costume going on. You can see the mask back there. Somewhere behind me, you can actually see the coveralls hanging from the door behind me. So yeah, I've got the costume all assembled. Just need to do some weathering on it. The last time before this that I dressed up for Halloween was 1996, and that costume was the Crow. So this is very, very cool for me. I'm really, really digging this. The costume was so good that that's why I haven't done a costume since then. So I'm really excited to revisit this on the same year that I'm making my triumphant return to Halloween after decades.
I'm so excited. Yeah. I saw your Michael Myers down there creepy on the floor looking up, and I recognized him, and I love him. That is great.
Bring me the head of Michael Myers, they say. So
right.
I've got it right here. All right, so yeah, exciting times. We got a Detroit or a Michigan native here for us here today. I think that's equally appropriate. Jesse, before we dive into the figure, I just have to ask, obligatory, do you have any housekeeping that you want to do for us today? Obviously, we have. I wore it. This is my.
Look at this shirt, everybody. Look at Terry's shirt. It
vintage
is the coolest shirt.
2010 now, and while it's not a Spooktacular shirt, it is in fact an old school Sideshow shirt from 2010 before I even worked for Sideshow.
I'm massively jealous of that shirt.
Yeah. I expect the offers to start rolling in the DMs any minute now. So
yes, mine will be soon. So.
Yeah. I feel like Sam from Transformers trying to hawk his grandpa's stuff to buy a car and
right.
Yeah.
No, we do, of course, have a little bit of housekeeping before we start this amazing show. Now, of course, we do like to always direct everybody over to our newsletter because it's a great way to stay up to date. side.show/newsletter. You're going to get all kinds of information there. Make sure all those boxes are checked underneath your settings so you get the most out of our newsletter experience. Now, also, we have our amazing deals going on right now, side.show/deals. That's not only going to give you a look at our daily deals, which are changing and amazing every single day. It's going to give you a look at all of our discounts throughout the entire Sideshow website. And I would like to mention there is a special code going on right now where you get 13% off. I believe it's most in-stock items. It is Spooky22. So if there's something you're eyeing that's in stock, go check it out. Use that code, get the 13% off. Now, along with our deals, we also have SMS deals you can sign up for. Those are going to be deals coming directly to your phone. You don't have to do a thing. Ding, there's your deal. You go grab it. Super easy. We all love it. It's a fantastic feature. And like you know, we are now in Spooktacular, and it is only day 2. We have lots of fun things planned, but if you aren't registered, go over to side.show/Spooktacular, get your $10 in Sideshow rewards, and yeah, it's awesome. And I do want to say we have some really cool stuff happening today. We have an artist interview happening at 2 p.m. with Juan Ramos. So that's going to be really excited, 2 p.m. on the YouTube channel. And then we also have our daily wrap-up show over also on the YouTube channel. So come check us out. That's at 5 p.m. And I think that's all I have for now. I want to get into this figure. So guys, I'm going to be in the chats with everybody. If you have any questions, send them over to me. I will get them to Terry and Guy.
That was a lot to get out, Jesse. Well done. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you. I tried.
Yeah.
I wanted to get through it.
I'm surprised you have any energy left for that with all the Spooktacular shenanigans going on.
Coffee. It's good stuff.
Yeah. So, Guy, this is I've really been looking forward to this ever since I found out that we were doing it. It's The Crow is a long time favorite of mine that I hadn't seen in a long time. I took the time to watch it over the weekend, and it more than holds up. I'd just forgotten so many cool things that go on there. It's the movie that teaches us the best way to interrupt a ministry set, for instance. So yeah, why don't we just without any
all right,
just dive in, dude.
Well,
please,
in the chats, fellow Detroiters, chime in because this is our hometown hero. We're going to zoom in here and show you off the box, done in the bright red. We have that breaking, smashing window of his incredible upper floor apartment. Now, being a Detroiter all my life, I've never seen wherever the heck that would be. But it sure was a neat one in that. And as we see in the shards of the broken glass are multiple shots of the figure that is inside and giving it a fun look. And then there on the back, we are going to have kind of a combination. This is our figure, but it has that look of straight out of the comic page, particularly kind of the way the pixelation is on the wet concrete there and the rain that Terry is currently experiencing where he is at. And then we have the Crow mid-flight, all kind of illuminated by flame that will be in the background. We do have that Crow movie logo up there on the top. This is a shoebox design, so we're going to lift this off. You may have noticed on the bottom it had the silver Sideshow exclusive figure. Anytime there is an exclusive, I myself always say click exclusive. You're never going to go wrong with that. And this one here, the exclusive is a guitar. Definitely something you're going to see used on today's show because the gentleman who will be posing by proxy with me, we have already seen that he does have a guitar in the background too. So,
what?
Yeah, that would be you, mister. So it
is in
going
the
to be
background.
2 trays, and those trays are held together by a cigar band with that Crow logo that will slide up and off. The upper tray is going to have our figure and some of his accessories. When I say accessories, I'm referring to his Crow as well as weapons. The lower tray is going to have our exclusive item, the guitar and the guitar strap, swap out hands, as well as our figure base. All right, so I'm going to grab some of these out, particularly first up is just going to grab our base. Now, our base is a traditional hexagonal design, but on the underside says the crow. Just so when you're cataloging your 6-scale figure stands, you know what goes with what.
That's an interesting decision. Yeah.
Here is our figure. I'm just going to set him on there, and we're going to let Michael do a little head to toe while I pull out the rest of the pieces. Crow is an incredible piece, an incredible character.
Oh, looks cool.
The makeup design
Look at that.
that he did in the comic, and then of course is also done in the film, we see very, very well done. Here, I'm going to turn that to the side. Boom. Okay, that is Brandon.
Wow.
Like the way in which the hair is done, we're seeing those strands and the kind of waves and a bit of a wet look to it. We do have the ones draped down in the front. When we take a look at that portrait, we talked about the fact that he's wearing makeup. You do see, particularly around the chin area and a little bit up near the forehead where it meets the hairline, that you do see a hint of that skin tone underneath, that this is a white makeup that he put over, and it's not necessarily something that he has evenly applied. And so with that in mind, they've done a really nice job of recreating how that was done. I dig on that. It's a...
Wow.
You know,
I can't get over
simple
that
black
face
and
sculpt.
white design, but very, even though it's a simple one, it's a unique one.
Yeah, you know, having read the comic back in the day, the graphic novel back in the day, and seeing, even when they announced Brandon Lee was going to be the one playing the Crow with all those angular features and that between the jawline, the cheekbones, the nose, everything, you couldn't picture anybody else who could have had that look just like right out of the womb. He's like, this is why I was born.
Boom, this is
Oh yeah,
the role
and
for
the
me.
hair is amazing. The detail, like, it's just a beautiful figure. The sculpt, everything. That face is just perfect.
Yeah, it's wonderfully done. We do have those eyes that are not necessarily cold or not undead, but they do have a very unique quality.
Yeah, the eyes really nail it, don't they?
Yeah,
it's very menacing.
Yeah,
like,
it's really drawing me in.
Real.
And, you know, the mouth, even though it's closed and not quite a tight lip, it's definitely a relaxed. There, because of the makeup and there is a slight feel of an upturn that he is aware that he is winning at what's going on here. So I like that about it. Now, so there takes us a good look at what we've got there. Now, that works us down into the jacket, okay? So let's pan down a little bit there. This is going to be a leather-like, faux leather, vegan leather. You choose how you want to describe it. Leather here, down onto it. And this is a incredibly distressed coat. There's a lot of rips that allow us to see the underlining of it. You see a few of them there on the right arm. Okay, now they're nicely done. They are pre-cut this way. This did not arrive as a damaged figure, but they've also made sure that those rips will not continue. We're not going to wind up spreading all the way across. The waist tie on this jacket is permanently done in a drawn back, slight loose tie there, but it's permanently done that way, so it's not going to undo and you're not going to have to fiddle with that. He's not one that would kind of cinch the front of the coat at all. Large lapels, we've got the buttons there on the side that you see.
The coat of Fun Boy, actually.
And as far as down on the side, we're going to go a little further down if we could pan down. Guy also has probably the coolest leather pants since...
yeah,
you know, I think the two best leather pants would be the Crow, and then, you know, the Doors. You got Jim Morrison. Other than that, you know, I don't know. I'm not sure you're going to get a better leather pant.
Don't ask me where I got my leather pants for my costume. Legitimately borrowed them from my buddy's girlfriend.
Did you really? That's amazing.
I did.
Amazing.
She was very, very tall. Yeah.
Nice.
Now, as we talk about the leather there, I am going to kind of lift the arms up. Did talk about the fact that you are going to have that wire underneath. I am going to be taking the coat off to show the additional outfit parts, and then we can also look at the lining. In fact, maybe you can catch it in there. We'll see if popping a little light underneath might work, but you're going to see that it does have the leather that kind of comes in about ½ inch or so and then goes into the fabric. But that allows us to see the underside. Now, I'm going to bend the head forward. Wow. Okay, that's an articulation point. You can just.
Oh, wow.
Jeez,
okay,
man.
and pose number one for the day is done.
Done.
Yeah.
I was actually going to do that pose, so we got that taken care of.
So what I've done, folks, with that is I just leaned the head forward to not have the hair over the collar of the jacket to drop it down. I didn't need to remove the head, but obviously you could. With the hands that come on the figure are the fist ones. I'll remove those and drop those off. That's the inside as we talked about. All right, so it's lined all the way through.
Whoa, dude, that's cool.
It's a nice silken lining. You're not going to see a ton of that when you're posing it. You're going to be able to use those wires to do it. That inside is going to be the leather, but having that bit of silk will catch some light and will give you some, it'll make it pop a little bit more.
Okay.
On there. Now I'm going to pop him back up on the stand so we can do a little head to toe because I'm going to be spinning him around and showing off other stuff. As well on the figure. Okay, we'll take a look at the shirt. And the shirt here, those are pre-done holes. Okay, they're on the front, they're on the shoulder, they're on the back. This was kind of a unique thing that he, had these leather wrappings and bits of rope and all this. The outfit that he wears is quite unique. That leather-like or rubberized part that's down here along the abdomen and torso, as well as straight up there on the back. That is printed on the fabric. Okay, that's already on there for you. And that cording that you see there has also been permanently done for you. There on the forearms, you're gonna, well, for lack of a better phrase with this, we'll call them wraps, or the, what we often refer to gauntlet, like those are not part of the shirt. That's why you can see that I'm moving them around. But that allows you, when I want to close up the gap with the wrist peg, that I'll be set. Next on to, as we talked about, leather pants. These are damn fine leather pants there. They're damn fine leather pants. We have the 4 brass buttons there on the front. 2 pockets as well. Now they are a snug leather pant, but not so snug that it's going to impede when we are going to pose the figure. But we got nice tight stitching there. They're on the one leg again, that cord look. We go a little further down, and we see that he tucks his leather pants into the boots.
As one should.
As one should. Always tuck your leather pants into your leather boots. So
only when you're kicking ass, though.
Yes, you've heard that from Terry Smith, and that's a how-to, folks.
With superpowers.
But we're going to get a little close up there. Thank you very much, Michael. On that boot, that is all a fully sculpted boot. Okay, with the tongue over the laces. All right, nice paint job on that to give them a bit of wear. They do have a more of a matte look to them, a true leather look, and just a little hint on the front toe of these. You see that does have a little also discoloration. Normally the front toe of your boots will always wind up getting just enough wear to lighten the color down on that. We also take a look at the way in which it's done. With the open top, this is a fully sculpted piece, and that is an articulation point. So we're going to be able to spin, turn, lower, lift.
Nice.
With that, I'm going to do this. I'm not even. Terry, would you please?
It is time, ladies and gentlemen, for Tread Watch.
Boom.
And I must say, this is probably one of my favorite tread watches so far because of these boots. The detail on these boots it's just insane.
Yeah. And yet the soles are just so flat. It's
funny because they have all the detail went into the boot part, but they're so cool. Like, I want to go buy a pair.
I'd have to go back and to watch the film, but I think that he didn't have a chunky wedged cut kind of hiking tread to it. But as you see there, that also brings us into some of our next part, which is articulation. So why don't we jump up to the head of the figure?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that idea.
And we will go over that because we will be doing some posing. We will be pulling out a guitar as a prop.
Posing
we'll be
by
doing all that
proxy.
kind of stuff. So let's get some close-ups here on the head and go to it. We have a ball jointed neck that allows us full range to turn. Definitely do some great leaning, tilting, and such. Double jointed. It's going to be down under the neck, giving us even further range, as we saw earlier when I did that for the head or looking down over the rooftop. All right, this takes us to the shoulder. Off to the side, holds up well on its own. Forward, as you can hear, ratchet.
Nice.
Side.
Okay.
Ratchet style back. Double.
Ooh.
Oh,
Double there.
That
That
is
is
some
awesome.
range
That's a
of motion.
rocker pose. Yeah, check me out.
Oh, look at him. I love that.
Cut bicep allows us to spin. All right.
Nice.
Lifting those up, let's talk torso. Okay.
Okay.
Great lean. Side to side.
He has a great range
Long
of motion.
range of motion
That's awesome.
for the twist.
Yeah.
You're going to need that twist for what I've got in mind.
All right.
Oh,
and we
man.
can also go forward a little bit.
Come on, baby.
We can also lean back a little bit. Now, some of that will also come from the hips, giving you a little bit further range of motion. As you've watched with How to Be a Poser or on our show, Terry often talks about when you use other points of articulation to give the appearance of a deeper stretch or a deeper pose or a further range of motion on those. And I always think that's pretty darn great. All right, out to the side. Don't think he did this in the movie. Did he ever do that in the movie? No, probably not.
It was in a deleted scene, Guy.
A deleted scene, deleted scene.
Definitely. Definitely.
All right.
With good reason.
Raising the leg forward. We can go back. Rotate in and out. Leg gives us a
Okay.
90.
All right.
And we talked about our bend there. Okay, that takes us through that. I don't think Terry has any questions.
No, not so far.
So we're going to jump to accessories.
Nice.
Crow pretty much needs a crow. Okay.
Of course.
Stands nicely
Look at
on his
him.
own, wings back. I had him tilted there a little bit. But
He's so cute.
get those little red eyes on him. Open beak.
See, Guy, Jesse's going to buy this now just because there's a
Just
crow.
for the crow.
Just for the
I
crow.
Kind
know.
of like, like
Yep.
she was with the blurg. She's going to be with
Yep.
the crow now. It's
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Jesse, there are
Right.
certain
How they
things.
get
Me,
me.
I'm always a 6-scale food or beverage. If that's included, I
That's
get it.
true. That's
Don't
true.
know why. That's a weird thing that I do. But
Or,
yes.
or a pocket watch.
Now, as you,
For me, it's
yeah, there we
animal.
go, as the pocket watch.
Compass.
With this
Compass.
one here, there's no stand or anything like that. With enough fiddling and adjusting and this, that, and the other, I'm sure you could get this figure to, this accessory to balance on the shoulder or other. I don't know if Terry's going to make me do that today.
Well, now I will.
But you needn't really worry that even as a more of a proximity, he works great. So that's that one there. All right, let's jump into some weapons. Boom. A shotgun with moving pump action
That's
on
a
that one
lovely
there.
gun.
This is all painted and sculpted. Okay, it's not done out of metal, but it's got a nice paint job that gives
Guy?
the appearance of metal.
Guy, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just need to point out, and I think you skipped a step.
What was my step?
We didn't see the tread watch for the crow, Guy.
Oh, the
Oh
crow's
no!
spot.
Okay, I'm
Here
gonna
we go.
Terry. I gotta ask cameraman Michael on this. Can we extreme close up, please? We are going to extreme. That's the extremity
so excited.
that goes
It's
into this show.
Boom. It's time
These are not
for
flat. Look at that.
Tread watch.
They are. That's right. There are 4 specific feet now that we've seen.
2.0.
Notice
his
not
little
flat.
Crow
It's
edition.
actually been given texture and design.
Texture.
on
So this
there.
figure. So you're saying the crow legitimately has crow's feet?
Yes, he does.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank you
I'll
for
see myself
watching
out.
and you for being here on Terry's last episode
Goodbye.
of Unsealed and Revealed. And that concludes. No.
I love it. I love it so much.
Waiting
right.
all day
That
to
was
say that.
amazing.
Waiting all day to say
We've been
that.
waiting a while, huh? So we are back to his weapons and accessories. We did just now show the pump action shotgun. Got to have his blade. Okay, and this one here, again, all sculpted and molded. This is plastic, again, done with the nice metallic paint. Even the handle on there, sculpted on there, but given a nice cloth look with that hint of kind of a yellow gold underneath and that hint of the gold there on the base. Next, that's a big handgun there.
Yeah, it is.
And
There is.
again, sculpted, molded, done in the metallic paint. But we can open that chamber and slide that out there and see the individual cylinder, and that cylinder will rotate, as you see there. And I don't want to say a more modern, but a non-revolver style gun as well. Next, we are going to show off the hands, and then I will show off the exclusive piece. As you saw, the character does come with the fists are going to be on the character. We have a number of different holding and gripping hands, okay, for doing different things. All right, and this will have that simulated wrap on there. Every one of the additional hands does have its own wrist peg, so you have a huge assortment of wrist pegs if you did have an issue with it. And there is one that is non-wrapped. A couple of different things about this. We saw on the figure that he has that ring around it.
Yes, he does.
On the thing. That is not permanently attached if you needed to remove it from the figure. And that would be to show off extreme close-up, please. This one here, that we see the ring there on his pinky. This is when he's been shot in the hand, but...
Again, fun boy.
Can you see me through there?
Yeah.
There is an actual hole.
Nice.
See, it's an actual hole.
That is amazing.
I can look right through it.
Well done, Guy. Well
I
played.
can see through it. But that's a pretty neat one to have a thing like that. And now next up,
You got me dead bang.
this. Jessie is going to get the figure because she wants the crow.
I do want the crow. Yes, please.
Terry's getting it for this.
For the guitar.
Yeah.
All
yeah.
right.
I'm gonna say that the guitar actually has something to do with my affinity for the character, just a little bit.
Well, you know, there's some great use of guitar, and it becomes part of the storytelling and all. Done in the gloss black. I am not going to talk about all the little parts, but we do have the individual strings, and yes, as you see, I can move those. If you wanted to get into the intricacies of him holding the guitar and having him hit a particular string, you probably could do that. I'm not great at that. Little whammy bar there on the side, if you see.
Neither am I, Guy. Neither
and
am
there,
I.
detail on the back. Now you see on the button there, we've got a little tab, as well as there on the front, and that is because they have included a leather strap. We'll go over it
Excellent.
as well. And the holes that'll go for that have already been pre-done for you. Okay, I believe that takes us through all of our accessories. That takes us through articulation, sculpt,
That's insane.
and everything else that we
Right
have
at the
seen.
bottom of the hour, Guy. We are exactly on. No, wait. So everything, range of motion, everything is done.
Yeah, we did all of it, didn't we, folks?
12:30. At 12:30. Well, that's amazing. That's fantastic. We're actually on point. I just want to share. I just want to repeat to everybody who may have joined us before the top, after the top of the hour, that you are watching Unsealed and Revealed by Sideshow. We are today looking at Sideshow's version of The Crow in 6 scale. That's right, from the 1994 film The Crow. This is Sideshow's offering. We've been doing more and more things from The Crow. We had a recent premium format that looks really, really solid. I happen to know that one of the top dogs at Sideshow is a massive, massive Crow fan. So I know that he had a vested interest in seeing this figure turn out, especially for his own collection. So yeah, it shows. From what I'm seeing here, it shows really, it's really, really strong. Also, keep in mind we are in the middle of Spooktacular. Jesse, you want to say anything else about that before I dive into posing really quick? put you on the spot.
Yeah, I know you did. So yes, spectacular. If you haven't already registered, of course, let me let everyone know again, side.show/spectacular for those $10 in Sideshow rewards. We do have an artist interview happening today at 2 p.m. with Juan Ramos. Very excited. He has done some amazing artwork that you should go check out on our site. And then we have our daily wrap up. We have that awesome 13% off code that you can use over at Spooky22. Head over to Sideshow, do some shopping, use the code, get some bucks off. And yeah, think that's it for me. I'll throw it back over to Terry.
I feel like "get some bucks off" ought to be a new Sideshow tagline.
It should be.
Get some bucks off. Yeah,
get some bucks off.
I want that on a T-shirt.
Yeah, we'll make
please.
shirts.
Can we make that happen? Yeah. All right. Cool.
One more thing, everybody. If you aren't part of our show/geek group, go over there because we've got a lot of fun stuff happening.
Speaking of geek groups, look at that on the screen right there. Wow. Hey guys.
Thought I'd class up the place.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
Nice work, man. Nice work.
Hey, make sure you tune in for Friday's show. We're doing a special Friday show.
That's right.
To show one of our newest partners, Infinite Statue. We've been distributing their stuff for a while, but we are going to show off one of their 6 scales, which we've never had on Unsealed. It's this Dracula Deluxe, and it's really cool.
That's very neat.
It is really cool. Yeah.
We did a first look on it.
I like what they're doing. That's going to be an exciting one to see.
Yeah, and so you're going to want to tune in because we may, hasn't been fully determined, but we may also be doing a giveaway that day.
Bum, bum, bum.
Dun, 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 dun.
So make sure you tune in for that. Should be fun.
They're gonna be giving away me.
I like when they add in the
Everyone
dun 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 duns. Alan brings that dun 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 factor to it.
I just want to point out that the Infinite Statue legitimately has a lot of very talented guys working in their art department, and the stuff that I saw from them at Comic-Con really floored me. So I'm looking forward to finally having them on the show. Well, not the artists, but their works.
That figure looks incredible. Like I'm so excited to see you guys unbox that guy.
There's a lot of hidden stuff.
Speaking of incredible figures,
Terry,
I have unplugged myself from my computer. Which is usually that's the indication that I'm ready to get up.
Gonna rock us out, kids. All right.
Yeah. Now I got to say that Eric Draven, more precisely Brandon Lee as Eric Draven, taught me the proper way to walk in a long black coat. So.
Okay.
With that in mind.
With that in mind, Terry, am I putting the coat back on the figure? Coat or no coat on this?
Yes, coat.
Yes, coat.
Definitely coat. Actually, I got a better idea. Let's do the coat for the second pose, and for the first pose, we'll just to save you a little bit of effort, Guy. We'll go ahead and do something a little bit more action oriented. Okay. All right. So this posing by proxy session is going to make me very, very nervous. And you'll find out why in a second here.
He's going to be wielding live birds.
Oh, I see what's happening.
This is not
man.
This is not a cheap guitar.
Okay, so, we're guitaring it.
Yeah.
So you are a guitar hero. You go do it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Terry, what are you doing? Oh man.
I'm checking. What am I doing, Jesse?
Do I have a right of refusal on this kind of thing, or is this in my contract that whatever Terry does, I have to do it?
I don't know.
All right, Terry, go right ahead.
It's making me a little nervous.
I need you to get a really strong, wide stance.
Okay.
With him, right? It's kind of like what I'm doing here.
Okay.
Okay.
Bend in the knee.
Got that yet?
Do I have a little bend in the knee there?
You're going to be holding the guitar like this.
Okay, two-handed guitar hold.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Yeah, Jesse, I'm with you. Like, oh no, really?
Yep, holding my breath on this one.
Yeah. And we're going to. I'm just kind of imagining what you show with a range of motion. So let's get those arms up like this.
Okay.
And then we're going to turn that torso while at the same time leaning it to the right.
All right. Is that my leaning to the? Okay, so I'm actually kind of leaning him backward. You're peeking down under. My God, this is scary. Okay, great.
Okay.
I think I got you.
You think you're scared, bro?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, it's not
We're all holding
it's not
our
my
breath.
guitar.
Okay. So the goal is going to be to try to get his head down in between his arms as much as you can.
All right, that I kind of have, Terry. What I need to take a look at, and you could walk forward, is your hands holding the guitar. You had kind of one inverted, another, and I need to
Baseball grip.
I need to get the particular hand. Okay.
Baseball
So
grip.
with right hand, I do have one that'll work for that. And left is also a gripping. So both will be on the neck of the guitar.
Yeah.
I am going to set these in the figure, and then we will tweak after and see how we're looking.
Cool.
But take a look at the hands of the figure, Michael, if you can zip in there. So our right hand is how?
Like I said, baseball grip, so it's going to be overhand.
Okay. And underhand on here. So
Underhand
boom.
underhand for the right hand. Yeah.
All right. Okay, folks.
This already looks so awesome. Like, I know we're all scared. We're scared for Terry. The guitar is safe, though.
Yes.
And this looks incredible already.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this was a good choice, Terry. This was a good choice for a pose.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Terry, I said earlier I wanted to see how I was going to put the hands on there. I've actually just attached it on to the neck of the guitar. I can slide that where needed, get one in here, and then you're going to tell me kind of the angle. If I'm going to get the neck of the guitar up, straight, lower.
You see where your arm, this arm is right here?
Yep.
We're going to want to get that one
much higher. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, like that.
Boom. Wrist pegs are holding nice and tight, folks, but I'm still able to do the pivot. All right. So is that high enough, do you think?
Let me just see where I would like it.
All right.
There's a chandelier right here that I'm trying not to hit. So I'm just thinking this. So does that help?
Yes, thank you. That helps. I'm going to pivot that arm. I'm going to bump. Okay.
And we want the legs actually to wind up being like this guy.
All right. I will expand the stance.
Mm-hmm. And if it helps, you can actually take that back foot and drop it off the base if that helps. I'm not sure how the figure stands on the base there. So.
Oh, this is a regular guitar, not a bass guitar.
Oh, wow, Guy.
I think he just wins the dad humor for the day.
And that's how I got fired on the same show. I'm going out with you, pal. I'm going out with you.
Oh, man. I guess I'm the only one left. I'm gonna need
and Jesse is the last host standing.
The last one.
All right.
For now.
So, what I've done there is
fired.
See, that's what I get about the show, folks.
No.
This is how the show is put together.
Oh my gosh.
I'll miss you guys. Miss you guys.
You'll be
It's been a
fine.
good run.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Jesse's like, well, that took long enough.
No. I know, man.
Okay.
Okay. You feeling good?
Feeling good. I may bam.
Oh, dude, it's looking great.
Oh my gosh,
It's looking great, man.
Now,
I mean,
this
seriously.
would definitely be one with what I'll call the Terry tweaks, where I'm going to be pivoting how I want the guitar and this and the other. But Terry, you brought up a take him down off there.
Yeah.
What do you think? I'm using the stand there.
Yeah,
I mean,
crazy? I think that's fantastic. I think we're dealing with a double jointed knee there, right?
It's a 90 plus. We get a little more than 90.
Work the top of that. Work the top part of that joint a little bit, just to get rid of that curve right there at the knee a little bit, and then compensate by bringing back the lower joint a little bit. That way you just won't make it doesn't make that joint stand out so much. And
we got there.
Yeah, good. And I like what this is. What this looks like right here is like he's just bringing the guitar up over his head. That's the story that we're telling here. He's just getting ready to bring it down. But you could definitely put that on a shelf, and it would just be amazing. Yeah, dude, seriously, yeah.
This is not something I would have thought of as our pose, as using this thing as a weapon, but I do like that. I think depending on how you're going to adjust and tweak, if the body would be more straight across.
He doesn't use this as a weapon in the film, but he does break it. At the very last, before his final battle, he does that guitar solo on the rooftop. And then at the very end of it, he does that full-on rock star thing and just brings the guitar down on the amp and just breaks everything.
Now, we won't be showing it to you today, but don't think, folks, that Terry does not know how to do that riff. Don't think he doesn't know how to do that.
He absolutely does.
That might be in one of the outtakes.
Absolutely does.
I might go ahead and do it anyway.
You know what? I'm going to do this. I'm using the stand as you had it, but I removed the upper post and the hold, so I'm really only using it as an element. What I'm going to do then is kind of take the foot, put it over the peg hole. That pulls him even further off.
I think it works.
But gives us a little bit of that height. Sometimes that's kind of a pose we want. We're like, if only that he had an accessory that he would step up on. So this will hopefully do it. I'm going to turn it a little bit there. I'm waiting for camera producers and you to tell me when to stop, and then I will move out of the way. What do we think about the angle of the head? Do I need to lift the chin up?
It looks great.
It's good.
Boom.
I like the downward. That looks great.
Yeah, again, this is basically him just getting ready to bring it up over his head. I mean, if you wanted to, I think you could tweak this and make it so that he's lunging forward with his body, just throwing everything into the downswing. But this is definitely like bringing it up. Oh no! Like I said, I wouldn't touch that. I think it was fine the way it was, man. You want that arch. You don't want him leaning over because then he starts to look awkward. It's fine just the way that it is. But what I'm saying is that there's so many variations that you could do on this because there's so many points during this motion which look amazing. You could have him even like at the finish, right when he's bringing it down. I mean, there's obviously no guitar amp, but just bring it down on something else. In your
a Pete Townsend style smash.
Very much so.
Is what you can do.
Pete Townsend.
Exactly.
Cool part about it, Terry, is we talked about the joints, the articulation, the posability. There's no stand used in this one, and he's balancing on there really nicely.
Wow, nice. That's a bonus. That's something that you look for. That's something you hope for. It's not a requirement for me by any stretch of the imagination. There's a reason why these figures come with bases, so that you can do things and defy gravity with them. But if you can do something like this and not use a base, that's just a bonus point, man. Exactly. In fact, in future episodes of Strike Up Pose should have like a bonus point for if you didn't use the base. Yeah. That's Producer Alan. Are you listening? All right, so that's one pose. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one.
There's a little uplay while we got going on there. So Terry, we're going to put that said guitar away. And it sounded to me, with this one here, I'm going to be putting the jacket back on.
You're definitely going to be putting the jacket on, my friend.
Awesome. And you know what? While you guys are getting,
getting
all set up and everyone's getting their jackets on, I would like to do a couple of birthday shout outs because we do have a few October birthdays. So hopefully everybody is listening. So I have Nicholas L. That was a birthday on the 14th of October. Happy birthday to you. We had Jake D on the 19th of October. Joel B on the 20th of October. John S. 21st. Christopher C. on the 26th. So that is tomorrow. And we have a birthday today. She is over in the chats right now. Heather K. Happy birthday to you today. Thank you so much for hanging out with Unsealed and Revealed on your birthday. If I gave you a shout out, make sure that you send an email over to unsealed@sideshow.com. Let me know that I gave you a shout out so we can get you your $5 in Sideshow rewards. Also, if you want a birthday shout out in the future, send an email to me. Let me know when your birthday is and tell me some of your favorite fandoms just so I get to know you better. And yeah. Thank you guys so much. Happy birthday to everybody.
All right, Jesse, job well done. Everybody mind while I just stand here and double check the strap locks on this because I do have something in mind and I don't want to have to drop this guitar.
Man.
Yeah.
You are being bold today, Terry. You are bold, Terry, today.
Dude, you should have seen what I did with my guitars back in the 90s. I didn't even care.
Oh, man.
A Kramer Spectre bass guitar with the neck split away, with the fretboard split away from the neck because of my carelessness. I mean, seriously, I just was not a smart kid. I think that guitar's
good look for you.
So that would, Terry, this the character face palming the idea of you doing any of that.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so here's our pose, Guy. Ready for this?
Got it.
I said earlier that that Eric Draven taught me how to walk in a long black coat.
Okay.
So just let me get this strap over. This is not a coat really made for walking with guitars strung over the shoulder. So basic crow walk. It's going to be very much kind of like a model on a catwalk sort of a thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
You just want to get those hips thrust forward while you're walking, and the feet should be kind of in a straight line.
Right foot or left foot forward?
Take your pick, bro. But I'm doing right foot.
Got it.
Okay, and the arms should be out like this.
With back, I'm going to use that pivot point there.
And did you get the guitar slung over his back?
I'm doing it. I now notice you've added it, so don't you fret. I will. Ha ha! Guitar, don't you fret.
Don't fret, but with that.
Sorry about that, folks. All right, just looking at the way in which you've draped said guitar. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Arms out. Boom. There's just a slight bend at the elbow.
Yes.
Now, would you say that the legs are crossing over one another?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, almost like, just imagine walking on a balance beam.
Now I'm imagining myself falling off of said balance beam.
Why do you got to be so negative, guy?
All right. Choosing the hands, I've got an open style on the hand for my right hand. For the left hand.
Not to be vain or anything, but I'm kind of digging this look. I might have to wear more long coats.
You know, we are entering into the month of October, spooktacular and all, and probably cooler temps. So perhaps you bring it back. All right. Take a look here.
And it's a good look for you, Terry. I like that coat. I like
Terry,
that
I've done a little bit of...
This coat is legitimately like 14 years old.
A little bit of movement
very
in
well.
the coat.
I like it.
A little bit of tweak in the coat. Take a look at the way the arms are.
Yeah.
I want to know that those are at the height that you're suggesting. Straight leg back.
And again, some figures will be better at this whole heel to toe walk than others. It just depends on the construction of the body underneath it. So we're basically experimenting with this to see what it'll do.
So let's take a look here. Michael is going to give you a head to toe on this. I am going to turn it, and you're going to tell me the tweaks.
Okay. Front leg ought to be straight. Like making that, that kind of straight line, that line that I like to create from head to toe.
Mm-hmm.
So that should really be the straight one, and you should adjust the back leg to compensate for that.
So the back leg will have a small bend. He's going to be up on his toe.
Right.
We're straight leg on the front-facing leg. I want to talk about where we've got him there. Now, it's going to pivot as a whole. Is it on the heel like that? That's
that's not, Guy. That's not at all what I had in mind, but it looks really, really cool.
Oh,
I think
okay.
Keep it that way. Yeah. I should have demonstrated. Sometimes when I explain things with words, it doesn't work. JP Mavinga told me once that he doesn't think that that language is an efficient means of communication. It's not effective. Art is the art and demonstration. Visuals is really the only effective means of communication. So I kind of feel like
then I think we're doing it. We're getting some art going on here. Okay. I've moved the lower end of the jacket. Now, of course, I'm not going too high up on that, and that is because the weight of the guitar will hold the back of the jacket down a little. But I'm able to use that wire to get a hint. Talk to me about the chest. Is it straightforward, slight turn, what?
Straightforward, man.
Straightforward it is.
He's walking into those bullets. He's presenting his physique as a target for those for his adversaries.
All right. Spun back around. Oh. Okay, I'm now looking monitor-wise, and I kind of dig the way the arms were. I was not sure if you were going to be pleased with that, but
no, man, it's great.
There is that confidence. I'm gonna step out.
You should do one more pose.
Oh yay, the crow!
I'm going to try this. I'm
Yes.
what I'm trying to do here is see what my best option for this is. Okay. So I'm going to take one foot, give it a bit of a tuck under on the hair line, gently spinning it around. I'd have to figure it out, but hey, he looks like his head's tilting a little more than I would like. Maybe I would try and put it on the other side now that I see kind of how he would be.
Yeah, the head should just be down, tilted down. Straight ahead, tilted down. Like I said, the torso and everything needs to be flat onto the camera, just like that.
All right.
4 adjustments. Now, if you want to do one more pose, I think we should pose him just like this with the guitar in his hands. Like he's playing.
I see we're using the guitar a lot in this. I wonder why that is.
I'm not. Are you implying a bias?
No.
That there's an implied
I'm
bias
suggesting
here?
that we add a trampoline to your to your gift list.
Dude, seriously.
Fill out those wish
I'd
lists,
agree.
folks. It's not too early to be doing that too. All right.
Cool.
Okay, I'm going to one more pose it. Jacket or no jacket? We taking jacket off?
Jacket.
Jacket's on. Jacket's on. And we are guitar playing on this one here. So I'm going to already throw the guitar over. Put hand on our neck of guitar. I've got a couple of options for this hand. Oh, wow. Would you like to use a hand with a hole in it as his strum the guitar hand?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah. Whatever gets it done quickest. This is like a bonus pose. We were only planning on doing, we were hopefully going to get like 2 done, but the fact that we're getting 3 done today.
Okay, so go stand
Rare
up
and
there,
fun.
sir, and let me try and replicate what you're doing.
Okay. All right. Just let's just go ahead and go full rocker, man. Let's just get those legs as far apart as we can and just kind of see how my shoulders are kind of turned into it a little bit, and I'm just looking down at the fretboard. And I'm seeing a request for a graphic. Is that right, Sam? Are we
Yeah, you know what? We can do that right now while you guys are getting into position. I actually did have one, excuse me, birthday that I forgot. We have Dario. Your birthday is this Friday coming up.
Dario,
so happy
dude.
birthday. Yep.
We've got a
we
show
have
Friday. They should
we
come.
do. We have a special just for you because I forgot to give you a shout out earlier. So any and everybody, if I mentioned your names earlier, that was Nicholas, Jake, Joel, John, Christopher, Heather, and of course you, Dario. Send us an email at unsealed@sideshow.com. Let me know that you got that shout out. And for anyone else, let me know when your birthday is, and I will add you to the list. All right, looks like Terry is getting ready now.
Oh, yes.
How's it looking? That is not my favorite distortion.
It looks
pedal.
so much like Terry Smith. It's crazy.
Oh man, maybe Terry Smith a quarter of a century ago, my friend. But,
Oh, that looks so
Whole
good.
lot-
Look
whole
at the
lot
hand.
You know what? I had put back kind of the loose holding hands there. I would probably swap that back out now with a bit more of a gripping hand. When you're doing that, you can spin that wrist peg so I could really get that tight twist of the wrist. I could try that real quick.
Cool. Okay, you guys want me to do this thing or what?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
And I will do my darndest to replicate the pose as you do the rockin'. That's how we finish the show.
That's all you
Oh
get.
man, Terry.
I love it.
Oh, Terry, that was awesome.
Yeah, well, you know.
Oh, people in the chats are going nuts. That was awesome.
It's for those of us that can't play the guitar, Terry, it is always cool to see you rock out for us.
You know, I thought about it this morning. I was just like, you know, I wonder how easy that is to play, and it turns out it's very easy to play. So,
Did Bela Lugosi play guitar as Dracula? Because I think if we could work that into
Please.
Friday's special episode.
in fact, I'm pretty sure
with Terry dressed up. Yes.
I'm pretty sure that somewhere out there's footage of Bela Lugosi playing guitar with Robert Rodriguez in between takes of the Book of Boba Fett. So,
I'm sure.
That's awesome.
Young man,
I want somebody to make that happen. I want to see that. I want to see that happen. So
I'm going to step away, Terry, but take a look.
Very good.
As you were playing and you talked about full rocker out, I did switch the one hand so we can just individually grip the neck. Wanted to show off. I love the fact that there's the hand without, with the bullet hole through there. And there's our little crow next to it. So if you need a rock and roll band.
And you always should need a rock and roll band, unless you already have one. And then you need two.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm just the singer in a rock and roll band. Sorry. Oh,
wait. I'm so confused. I'm getting instructions via text from producer Alan here, but I think he wanted me to play the solo again.
I think that's the way to take us out.
I don't think anyone would argue with that.
Oh, okay.
Encore, Terry. Yeah. Encore.
Oh. All right, hang on. Let me grab it.
The chats are gonna go crazy. Everyone needs to cheer on Terry. Come on, everyone, cheer on Terry. Let's hear it again. I'm stoked.
All right,
Come on,
so
Terry.
I'm just going to go ahead and play us out with this, if that's okay. So I'm just going to say right now, thanks everybody for a great show. I was really looking forward to this figure. The Crow I watched it again for the first time in a long time on Saturday, and was, as much as I knew it would hold up, I was surprised by just how much it still held up for me personally. So I'm glad that this show held up as well.
Yes.
Thanks Jesse for everything you're doing here. It's a real treat to have you on the show. Guy, amazing as always. Thank you. The production team there. Producer Alan, producer Michael, super producer Sam, you guys, as always, were on point. And thanks to everybody at home for tuning in and watching me butcher this guitar solo for the second time live today. Until next time, don't forget to let your geek side show.
Until Friday, everyone. We'll see you Friday.
Yes. Friday for Dracula.
Take it away, Terry.
Yes. Bye, everyone.